Hello students, welcome to my YouTube channel Divya Singh's Social Lab. So class 9th students, finally your wait is over and we are going to start our first topic today, that is social science, meaning, scope and importance. Okay, so students, let's start. I'm sharing my screen with all of you now. Students, I hope my screen is visible to all of you. Right? Let's start. So, students, as you all know, we are starting the chapter Social Science, Meaning, Scope, and Importance. Okay? Now, students, I have divided this chapter into 5 parts. Okay? So, the first part is about meaning of social science. Second part is about scope of social science. Third part is about relevance of social science. Fourth part is about the guiding values of social science. And the fifth part is about an Indian perspective. Okay? So, let's start with the first part. So, students, we all are studying social science from so many years. But have you ever wondered what is the meaning of social science? Okay, students. So, now social science is the study of people and how they live together in the society. Okay, students, I'll give you example. Okay, students, from birth, we belong to family. Okay, and first we are connected to our family, then, students, as we grow up, we are connected to our neighbors, we are connected to our classmates, we are connected to our friends, we are connected to our co workers, right? So, that's how we are connected. So, please, I'm stressing on this word connected. Keep this word in your mind connected. Okay. After this, students, definitely we have to live somewhere. So we live in village, or we live in town, or we live in city. And students, you always remember this thing, that we are all dependent upon each other. Okay, we are all dependent upon one another. Now, students, why we are dependent on one another? Because for safety reasons, for livelihood, for learning, for well-being. That is why we all people are connected and we are dependent upon one another. Okay, and children, you all know, we all people who live in the city, in the society, we all people who live in the society, we share public spaces and resources. For example, I'll give you, like, we share water, we share roads, we share school, we share hospital, etc. So, students, what social science exactly do? It is the study of connections. You remember I told about the connection, I stressed on the word connections. Okay, so students, social science is the study of connection and shared arrangements. You remember, like, we share public spaces like roads, schools, hospitals. So we are sharing spaces. Okay, so students, social science together is the study of these connection we have with each other and shared arrangements. I hope I'm clear with the meaning of word social science. Okay, so you all have to keep in mind connection and shared arrangements. Okay, I hope I'm clear. Now let's move to the next topic. Now, students, social science studies human life by taking two aspects. Okay, the first aspect is people and their relationship. Students, what happened in this aspect, I'll tell you. So in this aspect, social science sees how people interact and support one another. I just now told you in the previous slide also, like how people interact with each other, they support each other. Students, we all people, suppose we are in school, we interact with our classmates. Okay, and sometimes if our classmate needs help, we support them. Okay, so social science studies all about it. Okay, and social science also study about family life, community living, custom, culture, the roles and responsibility of the people, their behavior. Okay. Now, students, we suppose so many, we, the people of India, we celebrate so many festivals. So we belong to different communities. So how we celebrate those festivals? So social science studies all these. Okay. The people and their relationship. Now, there is another aspect of social science which tell like social science studies the organized structures that shape how society works. Like in social science, we study about government, law, court, schools, police, market, banks. Okay, so students, social science helps us to decide how resources, rights, and duties should be shared or are shared. Okay, so these are the two aspects of social science, right? Now, let's move to the next topic. Now, students, social science is based on four core disciplines. Okay, geography, history, political science, and economics. Okay, so now, students, if I speak about geography, what is the first image which comes in our mind? Now you can see here, right? So if I speak about geography, the first image which comes in our mind is Earth, right? So students, in geography, we study about earth, land, climate, etc. Now, if I speak about history, okay, so students, in history, what we study? Okay, actually I have made another slide for all these, like detailed slide, but here like it's like a short note we can say. So in history we study about how society has changed over time. Okay, so students, we study about kings. Okay, we study about so many dynasties. Okay, and how, so students, history is not about only kings, okay, and dates. Okay, many times many students say me, ma'am, in history it's very difficult for us to remember dates. So that is the first clue. In history we study about dates, we study about kings. Okay, so students, history not only tells us about dates and kings, but it also tells us about how society has changed over time and how our present is shaped. Okay, now, if I speak about political science is also called civics. Okay. So, students, what we study in political science about right, laws, democracy, right? Now, economics. Students, in economics, basically, some of my students who were in my class, I asked them this question: what you study in economics? The first word which came into their mind was money, finances, right? So students, in economics, definitely we study about money, credit, finances, and also we study about how people manage limited resources and make choices. Okay, so let's go in detail about these core disciplines. Okay, let's go in detail. So first, let's study about geography. So students, what geography as a discipline do? It studies the earth as the home of human being. Students, we live on earth, so it's our home. Okay, so a geography study the earth as the home of human beings. So student, as I told before also, what type of topics we study in geography? We study about climate, we study about rivers, we study about soil, forest, resources. So resources, for example, like renewable resource, non-renewable resources, etc. Like these are the uh, things we study in geography, topics we study in geography basically. Now, students, what kind of questions comes from geography? Now, students, like suppose if I have to ask if I have to ask you some geography related question, so I'll ask like, why do some places get more rainfall? Like I'll ask you question related to this, like rainfall, soil, population, they are all part of geography. Here are few examples I've kept. Why are some regions densely populated? How do climate and soil shape farming? So these are the questions which are related to geography. Okay, now this was about geography. I hope I'm clear. Now, history as a discipline. So, students, history basically, if I like summarize the definition in like a small, like three, four, we can say like words. So, history studies the past. Okay, history studies the past. But as I told, history is not about studying just dates or kings. But in history, we also understand how society changed over time and why the present is shaped the way it is. Okay, children, how history has changed. Because students, everything has a history. Okay, everything has a history. And how our history has shaped the present. So that also history studies as a core discipline. Now, what kind of things can be asked in history, like people and their lives across periods, major event, movements and changes, the rise and the falls of institution, anything which is related to any dynasties or related to some kings. So these all are part of history. I hope I'm clear, children. Now, what we study in political science as a discipline. So, students, political science as a discipline studies how society are governed. Like students see in political science, we study about our fundamental rights. Okay, what are the fundamental duties we have. Okay, we study about democracy, we study about law, we study about uh, duties. As I told, even study about the government institutions, right? So we study these topics in political science. So it basically examines why society need rules. Okay, how laws are made and implemented, and it also sees how democracy works through participation. So this is what we study in political science as a discipline. I hope I'm clear, children. Okay. Now, students, economics. As I told, the first word comes in our mind is money and finances. But students, in economics, we study a very important concept. Student, India is a country, we have resources. But students see, it is very important to manage the resources so that our future generation should not suffer, right? So students, economics teaches us how to manage the limited resources. Okay, how to manage the limited resources. Okay, and we in economics, we also study topics related to employment, market, prices. Like, have you ever heard about inflation? Like, inflation means price rise, deflation means price fall. So, and these topics are all studied in economics. Students, we study is about income. Like, money came, no, money, income, finances, expenditure means how much you are spending, how much production of crops is happening in the country, issues related to poverty, or everything we study in economics. So all these issues which just now I told, like related to poverty, related to unemployment, or if I speak about money matters, finances matter, all these topics are part of economics. So now you've got to know about the four core disciplines of economics and what exactly each discipline do or studies. Okay, I hope I'm clear, children. There is no doubt. Let's move to the next topic. Now, students, we are going to understand the relevance of social science. Okay, so in the relevance of social science, students, what we are going to discuss is, so how's the relationship of social science with the society. Okay, so children, if I speak about society, the importance of social science or relevance of social science with society, students, we all live in society. And if I speak about society, there are people of different religion, region, different community live together. We all live together, right? So students, social science basically helps to build unity in a diverse society and values inclusivity over discrimination. Children, basically, we should make sure, students, we all live in a society. We might follow different languages. We all have different languages. We are from different regions. We are from different community. But the very important thing which we should follow is we should live with the feeling of brotherhood and unity in the society. Now, what is the relationship of social science with the environment? So, students, if I speak about environment, social science shows how human activity affects nature and why sustainability protects the future. So, students, you all know social science teaches us. If I speak about social science relationship with environment, students see it tells us like how the human activities, like suppose students deforestation, soil erosion, how it is affecting our nature, how it is affecting our society. And student social science teaches us very important concept, sustainability. What is sustainability? Sustainability means that whatever development which we are doing, it should not compromise with the development plans for future generation. Means student, whatever development we are doing, we should keep in mind future generation as well, so that the resources should not get depleted. Okay, so we have to save resources for our future generation also. So that is what social science teaches us when we have when we in relationship with the environment. Okay, now, economy. So, students, I'm telling you from the starting only, social science relationship with economy. It explains how families and society earns, spend, and make economic choices. Okay, I told you this in economics as discipline as well, right? Now, students, social science relationship with governance shows how government decision shapes life and how citizens can engage. Okay. So, student, these were the relevance of social science. Okay. I hope there is no doubt. Now, students, I'll tell you one very good example. You know, students, any real life problem requires more than one social science discipline to solve. Like I'll give you, suppose a flood came in a city. Okay, if a flood comes in a city, we need all the four social science discipline to make us understand what exactly happened. Now, suppose a flood came in the city. Okay, a flood came in a city. So, what geography will tell us? Geography will tell us that the amount of rainfall which took place. Okay, which was the river system of that city? How was the drainage pattern of that city? Okay, that geography will tell us. Now, what history will tell us? History will tell us that how that city grew and where the people are exactly settled. Now, what economics will tell us? It will tell us that is there any damage happened to the livelihood because of the flood? Is Are people suffering because of the poverty, because of the flood? So that economics will tell us how much damage to the resources, what exactly, like how much, suppose if the damage happened in crores or lakhs, that economics will tell us. What political science or civics will tell us? It will tell us the government role in disaster management and safety. So here I want to tell that any social science, any real life problem definitely requires more than one social science discipline, okay, to study. I hope there is no doubt, students. It's clear? Now, students, we are going to understand here the guiding values of social science. So, the first guiding value which we are going to study is diversity. Students, as I told that what is diversity? First of all, you should know what is diversity. Diversity means recognizing and respecting differences among the people in terms of language, religion, region, and culture. So, student, as I told in the starting, if we live in the society, definitely people of different language, religion, region, and culture, they live together. So, students, we should respect each other. Whatever differences we have among each other, we should respect them. Okay? So, that is how we can live with the unity. So, diversity always promotes unity. Okay? So, that is the first guiding value of social science. Second one is inclusivity. What is inclusivity, students? And ensuring everyone feels welcome and able to take part fully in the shared spaces such as classroom and neighborhood. So, students, I give you example of inclusivity. Suppose students, some new student came to your class. Okay, some new students came to your class. So students, you should definitely try to make that student feel welcome. Okay, you should definitely try to make that student feel welcome and try to help that child, so that you should try to become friend with that child instead of bullying that child. Okay, you should not bully the child. You should basically make that child feel welcome. Okay, so that is inclusivity, means ensuring everyone should feel welcomed. Okay, I'll give you one more example. Suppose some guest comes to your house. Okay, some guest comes to your house. You make so many food items for them. You make them feel welcome, right? So that is inclusivity. Okay, I hope I'm clear. Now sustainability. Just now just like 2-3 minutes back only I explained you about sustainability. What is sustainability? Using resources wisely to so that the future generation should not suffer. Okay, so like that's why children we say save water. We should not waste water, so that otherwise what will be left for our future generation, right? We should save for our future generation. That is what called sustainability. Now, students, equity. What is equity, students? Fairness in opportunities. Extra support where it's needed for genuine chance. Students, sometime what happened? Sometime the people they need some extra support so that they can come up. Okay, so students, then we provide a fair opportunity to all the individual. Okay, by providing a little extra support, that is called equity. You can see this beautiful image, students. Like if the first image shows equality, where all were given like equal, like what you can we call all were given equality, means all given equal chances. But equity means we give fairness in opportunity by providing a little extra support. Okay, that is equity. Okay, I hope you can see this image, and you please see this image and observe this image and try to tell me what exactly this image is depicting. Like you have to write this in the comment section. I'm not going to tell you, I just told you the definition, I explained you. But what this image is depicting in the equity, you have to write in the comment section and tell me. I'll be waiting for your answers, okay? Now, I hope I'm clear with all. Now, children, an Indian perspective. So, students, first of all, society does not look the same everywhere. From an Indian perspective, we study India with its own unique experiences and realities. Now, if I speak about diversity as a strength, so our society is diverse, okay? So, India shaped questions of language, service, employment, and representation. That is very important. Now, students, if I speak about the Indian Constitution, we study about justice, liberty, equality, fraternity. They are the guiding principles of our Constitution. Now, student governance. If I speak about governance, students, a constitutional democracy with many levels, and the 73rd Amendment strengthened local self-government. So, students, in India, we can see the power is divided between central government, state government, and local self-government, right? Now, students, if I speak about environment and livelihood, monsoon, rivers, forest, they all shape our work. Okay, while floods and students see, sometimes if there is a natural calamity, definitely it raises question of justice. Okay, so students, everything, whether it's environment, livelihood, it shapes our life. Okay, so this was all about an Indian perspective. Okay, so students, I hope everything is clear. You understood everything. Okay, so student, this was your first chapter which we covered today. Okay, so students, I want to tell very important thing to all of you. In case if you didn't understood any topic, you have to write that topic in the comment section. Don't worry, I'll also, after reading your comments, I'll take a doubt class. Okay, in that I'll be re-explaining those topics to all of you. Okay, I hope I'm clear, children. And children, you remember that image of equity? What exactly this that image is depicting? How it is differentiating equality and equity? You have to write about that image in the comment section. Okay, I'll be waiting for your answers. Okay. Till then, students, stay tuned and stay connected. And students, I request you please subscribe to my channel, Divya Singhi Social Lab, for more interesting chapters. Okay, coming up. Thank you. See you all in the next session. Again, don't forget to subscribe my channel, Divya Singhi Social Lab. Thank you.